Hi, I'm Willem van Ende,
En I'm Rob Westgeest.
and this is our pitch for Dirty Jobs workshop for Software Craftsmanship 2011. Come to our workshop to practice starting test-driven development on untested legacy code and have fun coding. We found some spaghetti code at our customer site and we've anonymized it to protect the guilty. But it's still pretty challenging. So your goal in this workshop is to add a working tested feature to a legacy system. And the legacy system looks like this.
Yes, so what we are looking at is a vehicle field. It's a field with little square boxes moving around, and you have to use your imagination to find vehicles in them, but the square boxes are vehicles. And they can be tracked by a tracker. So a tracker can ask the vehicle field to track some vehicles, and then some vehicles are going to send some information about where they are, how fast they're going, whether or not they're colliding with others and stuff like that to the tracker. And the tracker can display then the vehicles that he is tracking. So that's the system, and it's running like this.
And it's communicating, they're communicating with each other through a remote method invocation interface.
Yes.
To make it slightly less simple. And in your test, in your code, you only have access to the tracker. The vehicle field will be run by us on a projector.
Yes. So we are working on the tracker. That's the idea. Can we all top here?
Escape.
We have to escape.
Come on. Oh.
Right. So this is the story. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the working system. This is the vehicle field. And what happens when you start the tracker is this, and then start the tracker. Okay. So what's happening is the vehicle field has been asked 3 times to have a vehicle tracked, and randomly it takes a vehicle to be able to track, and those vehicles are sending some information about where they are and such over a custom protocol. This protocol is also has some compression, so it's sending full frames and partial frames. It does all kinds of stuff, and the tracker is decoding that and showing the results in a similar field. So we're working on this system.
Now, as you can see, the global system has green vehicles, and your local tracker is showing them in red. So, what is your task?
Our task is this. So what we're going to do is this.
As a tracker, I want the same color as on the big screen to be displayed when tracking vehicles.
So
that is your challenge.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky or very good, like Marcus Jord, the only one to complete the exercise in an hour, if you're lucky or very good, you can complete this story within the space of the workshop. Otherwise, you're going to learn a hell of a lot about adding tests to an existing system.
So the outline of our workshop is this. Where's my Vim? There are too many things open. Yeah. The outline is this. So we're going to look at the code first and collect things we don't like in the code. And then we add a feature to the feature we just talked about in our system test driven. And we add some, so this is online repairing our outline. And we add some theory, so we help you a little bit somewhere halfway. And with our dirty hands, we look again at the code, or what we've learned from the code, to see what we then don't like in the code. That could be different than our subjective view at the beginning.
Because looking at your code with your hands is different than looking at your code with your eyes.
Yes. So to give you an impression of the code, it is
here.
Here.
Okay.
So here's it's 2 classes that are interesting. This is a tracking service, which, as you can see, has some construction logic, and it starts something, and that starts some threads, and that starts listening on a socket, and there's a vehicle match decoder, which is code like this, which is quite nice. Probably there's some things that you don't like in the code, and that's the code that we will be working on. So it must be it will be fun.
Yes, and as you can see, the code is nicely refactored. Maybe you already spot some duplication. We bet that if you start working with this code, you're going to see much more. We're going to discuss all this in the workshop.
Actually, we didn't really refactor it. It was already like this when we saw the code. So
yeah,
this is what's it.
Okay, so well, your challenge is to add a test. And so we're not going to do any live coding in this demo, nor are we going to do it in the workshop, maybe to show some of the refactorings you made during the workshop, but not right now, because that would spoil all your fun. So if you're a testing hero, we need you, we need brave participants.
So see you at 30 Jobs then.
At Software Craftsmanship London 2011. Thank you. Please vote for us, or whatever.
Good. That's it.
That's it.
Stop.
The end.
Stop. Yeah.
Stop.